I made over $13,000 in the last week by basically day trading options on Tesla and the SPY. And it's not my typical trading, so people have been asking me, what were you thinking? Can you do a video on it? And let me start off by saying, guys, this is not my typical trading. Although I thought I saw opportunities to make a quick buck and I jumped in, I thought the pot odds were good in my favor there. But it's not the most recommended trading style, nor do I think it's repeatable. I think it was just a good opportunity, and I just happened to have the confidence in these trades to put them on and get out before things went south. So first off, let me show you these trades, and you can just see like we're just gonna go over all these trades. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is the 1045 Tesla put I put on. Now this trade I only put on because I liked the Fibonacci's, and the RSI said that it was oversold, so I thought it might go up. Thus I sold the put, and I sold the put below the Fibonacci's, and then if you look at the volume profile, what I was seeing was if it did blow through, like Tesla should slow down at 1,000. Although I did have a stop limit order to get out of this trade, so if I lost $1,000, I was tapping out. And this was actually on Friday, so this would be this area here. And let me go ahead and zoom in here. So when I put this trade on, Tesla was sitting right here, and the pre-market low was 1060, so I sold the 1045. Figured might as well let that quick theta decay work in my favor because this is a zero DTE option, and I mean it was a gamble. I put that stop limit order in, but basically after I sold it right here, Tesla popped up immediately, and I was able to close it for 30% profit. So that's where I got that first $330. But just to point out where my Fibonacci lines are, like these are from longer timelines here, and one's at 1064, so that should be where it finds support. And if you look throughout the day, at first it did find that and respect that, but it eventually broke that. And then the next fib I had said 1058 might be where it stops at, so that's why I went with the 1045. That'd be safe enough that any kind of spike I could get out with a profit. All right, so that worked. And then the next play I did was I did a bull zebra. And basically what this play is your max loss is defined by the credit you pay to, or the debit you pay to another position. And then your max gain is infinite. You get $100 per every dollar movement. Now, zebras are typically plays that you do over 45 days. So it doesn't quite adhere to those rules because it's like a short date. Well, this is a 0 date contract, but it was pretty close to the P&L for that. Basically, what happened later is I was watching Tesla. I was seeing the RSI get low, saying it was oversold. Volume was picking up right here, and it looked like it was going to start going back up. It was respecting the Fibonacci. Right in this candle is where I actually put on the position, so it was like 1065. And then I just wait a little bit, and again, it shot up. Now, I made $500 off this trade, so I filled in at 1064. I probably got filled about here, or this is where I exited the position. So I didn't get the full write up, but I did get out. Now, what's bad about this trade is, had I not gotten out there, you can see it pretty much went back down, and I would have been stuck in a loser right there. And since this one expired on this day, like I would be forced to take a loss here. And essentially, at expiration, I lose $1 per movement against me at expiration. So if I held on to that play, 54 minus 65, I would have lost $1,000 on this trade because I wouldn't be able to get out. So if I didn't get out there, then I would have been pretty much stuck on this. I guess I could have got out about here, but that was kind of the risk of doing these shorter dated contracts is you don't have much time to be right. And now we get to Monday. So Tesla gapped up pre-market off of news of exceeding deliveries or something like that. Basically shot up, and RSI indicator was saying, "Whoa, it's completely overbought. Like it's gonna drop." Volume at the beginning of the day, a lot of buying power, but then it turned into selling power. I figured that the run up was not gonna be able to sustain. I thought people were gonna be taking their profits because I mean, a 100-point move, who's not gonna take that profit? So that's kind of what was my main factor in deciding to do this one. But let's go ahead and switch this to the 1 minute because this was a very fast series of trades. All right, so now we're looking at the morning, and then both these trades happen rather quickly, actually. So first off, I put on some bear zebras selling the 1145. So I went ahead and I bought some zebras. The short strike was 1145. So I think I bought in about here. And my bet was that Tesla was going to go down. So every dollar movement down, I would make one. But why just make $100 when I think it's going to move down a lot? So I put on 4 contracts. And lo and behold, Tesla went up. So then what I do? I looked at RSI and saying it's going to go down again. And then when we hit this red candle here, this is where I turned around and I decided, you know what, I'll put more on. And honestly, like, I mean, I made money off this trade overall, but my position sizing, this was just horrible. Like, just, I was gambling at this point, guys. Like, putting way too much in on one play. Like, if Tesla just kept going up, this could have really hurt me. It's like, do not do this. Luckily for me, though, I was right, and like Tesla did dip, and it dipped pretty hard, pretty quick. I think I closed the second trade first when it got to about here, and that's why I got that 4,000. And then I had a close order set on the original ones, so when Tesla did dip down here, that got filled. I got out, and I was able to walk away with about $6,000 in the matter of like 20 minutes, not even. And yeah, that was pretty lucky timing there. Now, on the other hand, these trades would go to Friday, so if I would have held them through Wednesday, would have made a boatload of money. But these are supposed to be like quick snipes, and I oversized and got out. Then the following day, I did do some more bears, zebras on Tesla. We were approaching the 1200 mark or resistance, and I ended up buying some of these zebras at about this point, and then Tesla kept going up. And so I bought more to bring down my average price, and then bought more here, and then as soon as it dipped here, cashed out. So even though like it was only $1 below my original purchase price, because I was buying more when it went against me, when it did go down, those let me get out with a profit. And again, like, I'm not happy about this trade. Like, this is the one I hate the most, because I got up to 12 contracts. And even though I think the risk was low of Tesla like shooting up like crazy beyond 1200, that's just way too much to be put into one position. So I made a lot of money doing this, but like I hate myself for doing it almost. I mean, it's not the end result, it's how you got there. And like these Tesla trades here, like it's not what I've been doing, it's not what I should be doing. And if just don't do it. And this is actually when I decided like I should probably just implement my like retirement strategy early, because now like this is not the first time I've done poor position sizing. Did it on Baba, did it on Wish, and that's why I decided to like pull the trigger on the income fund plan and lower my account size for my options to help me limit my position sizing, because I will adhere to keeping that notational to 60K. The last trade I want to talk about is the SPY trade. So I swore off Tesla. It's on my ban list for a while. I won't be trading Tesla for at least a month, maybe 3, or ever. We'll see. But anyway, that doesn't mean I can't use it to help justify another trade, and that's what I ended up doing on Wednesday. So it looked like the market was in a downtrend, and then volume was just picking up on a lot of stocks that are in the SPY that are heavily weighted. So like Tesla is in the top 10. I think it's like the 7th largest holding in SPY now. And you can see it's in a pretty big downtrend. Volume was picking up. And so I was thinking, okay, that's going down. If you just look at a bunch of other stocks, so like Microsoft even, at about the same time, huge downtrend going on. Volume starts picking up. And then you look at previous days, it spikes towards the end, so like volume's going to continue picking up. So again, I'm thinking Microsoft's going to go down, Tesla's going to go down, I think Apple's going to go down. Again, same thing. You can see like the volume increased as we got to the afternoon during this downtrend. Everything seems to be going down. Amazon's going down. Okay, so I think I made that point clear. Like I just saw everything going down. Uh, and if everything in the SPY is going down, what's the SPY gonna do? It's gonna go down. So I decided to do some quick spreads on SPY 0 DTE and let that theta eat it quickly. And I thought I also had Vega in my favor because I thought for sure SPY was gonna go down. Sure enough, it did, and you can see like volume continue to increase during this time. And I ended up selling uh, a bunch of call spreads at the 472 mark, and I was actually a buck out of the money. So I think I sold in, or I sold those spreads right here, and basically SPY just continued going down, and I closed those whenever my limit prices got hit. And I actually could only close the short calls because the long calls were worthless. I couldn't even sell them for a penny. But yeah, so that's how I made a quick $2,000 off SPY. I was using other stocks that were showing a strong downtrend, and this was more of like a volume play. And the only thing I'd say was probably bad about this, well, and the only thing I'd probably say was bad about this is I did do 40 contracts, which would have been about a 12K loss. Typically, like I should be saying around 6K per play. So it was a little bit, it was a double bet on this, but I thought it was a pretty strong setup to just make a quick buck. And I mean, it paid off. This one I'm not upset about, but you won't see me do this many day trades like that. And so another thing that helped me feel confident about putting on these SPY calls was my price target for the end of the week of SPY is 465. And I set that up like when we were sitting at 472. So I thought for sure SPY's going down, and I think it's gonna head down for here. But the other thing that made me more confident is seeing what other traders are saying in Discord servers. And one server that I really like, it's called Limitless Trading. They used to have a paid site, and then they turned free, and now they share their knowledge. Like these guys are awesome charters and stuff. I'll put a link in this video description below so you can join if you want to. Like there's some really helpful people there that know a lot more about analytical charting. But they're putting their price target at lower 460s, like 460 exactly by the end of the week. So it was a confirmation, and tends to be when my own thesis matches their thesis. Like it's never been wrong. So that gave me more confidence to put on this trade and make that quick money, which I'll put into my income fund. So there's my $1,000 for the month to go into that fund. In fact, there's 2,000. So final thoughts, like I really loved zebras. Like if you have a directional bias and you want to make a quick buck, I love using zebras. Every dollar movement, you capture $100 profit. And then you also define your max loss. So like if you're going bearish on it, you don't have to short the stock to get the same P&L. If you short the stock and you're wrong and it keeps going up, you have potentially infinite losses. But with a bear zebra, you have defined your max loss. And all you need is for the stock to just dip in your favor just a little bit to get out with a quick profit. And if you want to learn more about those, check this video, guys. Stay safe. Don't try to emulate what I did here. A lot of this, I don't like what I did, but people asked for me to share what I was thinking here. I think there's like an example of what not to do and got lucky more than anything else. Just stay safe, guys.